Pancake, everyone. What do you imagine when you hear the word bridge? A huge concrete and metal structure connecting two shores or roads? But did you know that nature itself helps people build bridges out of tree roots on our planet? Today we will discover the most unusual, scary and cool bridges in the world. Enjoy watching. One of the most dangerous bridges in the world is located in Russia. It's the Vitim Bridge, crossing the Vitim River. And the scariest part is that no one has been maintaining it for a long time. The bridge was built in 1982 on the border of two regions, Buryatia and Zabaikalsky Krai. It consisted of several metal supports, spans placed on them, and wooden sleepers instead of decking. There were no road surfaces or railings, nothing to ensure safety. Cars drive on this bridge, which is about 500 meters long and 15 meters high, but the width of the structure is only a few centimeters wider than the base of a truck. To cross the bridge, one needs a guide who walks ahead and directs the driver's actions. If we add the constant wind blowing over the river and the fact that the bridge became unnecessary to the administrations of the two regions, leading to its decay, it becomes even scarier. Crossing it is so dangerous that there is an internet page dedicated to those brave enough to cross it and survive. And yet it is the only way to reach the nearest city for the residents of the settlement of Kwanda. Extreme enthusiasts should also visit China. This country is a champion in building bridges from an unusual material, glass. In less than 15 years, about 2,500 transparent pedestrian crossings have appeared here. Not all of them serve a utilitarian purpose. Many bridges were built solely to attract tourists. For example, Zhangjiajie, or the Path to the Sky, is a bridge that holds at least 3 world records for its unique material, design and length. It is suspended at a height of 260 meters with a width of 6 meters and a length of 430 meters. Underneath the tourist's feet lies a real canyon, and the glass flooring creates a sensation of flying. But it's not just this bridge that can amaze you in China. Another attraction here is the curved dragon walkway, located in the same area, encircling Tianmian Mountain. What does it look like? Well, nothing particularly special, just glass panels that have a tendency to crack under the feet of passerby. The park administration claims it's a special effect. Engineers intentionally install safe panels that creak and crack to add excitement to the experience. A good excuse indeed. However, the glass bridges in China truly lack safety and often close for reconstruction due to non-compliance with requirements. Another bridge that falls into the category of don't look down is located in the Swiss Alps. It is named Trift, after the glacier that used to be beneath it. However, it melted and turned into a small emerald-colored lake at an altitude of over 3,000 meters. In 2004, the first version of this bridge appeared, with a length of 170 meters and a width of about 1 meter. At that time, the structure was very unstable and constantly swayed in the wind. Not everyone would dare to cross it. But in the summer of 2009, the bridge was upgraded. Builders replaced the rope cables with steel ones and increased the height of the handrails. As a result, the structure became very reliable and stable. The modern Trift Bridge can withstand up to 500 tons of snow and wind gusts of up to 200 kilometers per hour. However, crossing it still takes your breath away, because people do it without any safety harnesses at such a great height. And if you believe the locals, the suspension structure over Lake Trift was built in just 3 days. Doesn't sound too reliable. But not all bridges are so dangerous. There are structures that simply amaze with their beauty and uniqueness rather than intimidate. For example, there is a bridge with a beautiful name, the Three Graces, located in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. It is not known exactly which graces inspired the designers to bring this idea to life, but it is clear at first glance that this bridge will never have any competitors. The project was created by an architectural agency in Rotterdam, and its designers wanted to unite symbols of unity and beauty in one structure. The shape of the construction was inspired by a tiny marine creature called a radiolarian. To achieve the maximum resemblance to the intricate and delicate forms of these marine organisms, a unified load-bearing cladding was created using a special concrete with glass vertical supports inside. Now, this architectural ensemble consisting of 3 towers, representing joy, beauty and enchantment, connected by a 600-meter pedestrian bridge, will adorn the waterfront of Dubai. A bridge no less beautiful is located in Seoul, crossing the Han River. It is called the Dancing Fountain Bridge, but its official name is Banpo Bridge. This structure was built back in 1982, but the main highlight of this place, the fountains, only appeared in 2009. They are located along the entire length of the bridge and shoot out 190 tons of water per minute from 380 nozzles on each side of the bridge. It is the world's largest bridge with fountains, as recorded in the Guinness World Records. However, besides its aesthetic function, the fountains also play a role in water purification, as each nozzle is equipped with a cleansing filter. But it's not just that which attracts a large number of people, but also the incredible light shows held on the bridge twice a day, during the day and after sunset. During this time, Banpo resembles a rainbow thanks to 10,000 LED lights. Computer control allows for changing the angle of the nozzles from which the water jets flow, creating a dancing effect to the music playing in the background. Thus, this unusual bridge is not only environmentally friendly, but also simply beautiful. Some bridges stand out for their unique features. Architects and designers often resort to very unconventional solutions in their search for the most convenient designs. For example, the twisting bridge to the Paddington area of London is interesting. What makes it special is that this transforming bridge can fold and unfold similar to a caterpillar. Every Friday, the octagonal structure undergoes a transformation and then reassembles back to its original form throughout the day. To accomplish these transformations, the bridge utilizes hydraulics. The Millennium Bridge in Gateshead, also in the United Kingdom, amazes with its unusual design. It is the world's first tilting pedestrian bridge, opened in 2001. Its foundation consists of two steel arches, one of which rises 50 meters above the water surface. Pedestrians can walk across the other arch, which is nearly horizontal. However, when a large vessel approaches the bridge, both arches connected by steel cables lift up above the water to let it pass. This process lasts no more than 5 minutes and resembles a winking eye. Tourists gave this bridge such an unusual nickname. But bridges are not only created for pedestrians and vehicles. There are instances where a bridge is used to carry water, and it is called an aqueduct. The first such structures began to appear in ancient Rome, and in the 17th century their scale increased to the point where even ships could pass through them. The longest and largest aqueduct was built in Germany in the early 21st century, called the Magdeburg Water Bridge, connecting the Elbe-Havel Canal and the Mittelland Canal. It has a length of 918 meters, a depth of 6.25 meters, and a width of 90 meters, and it is constructed over the Elbe River. The concrete water bridge beneath Berlin provided a new convenient route for ships. Before its opening in 2003, vessels had to make a 12-kilometer detour through other waterways, causing captains a lot of trouble. Thus, modern technology significantly simplified life, and Germany gained a new landmark. But not only aqueducts were built for the convenience of ships. The Falkirk Wheel is a strange structure that resembles a bridge but is essentially an elevator for boats. The background is as follows. For quite some time, there were two canals located close to each other. One stretched from Edinburgh to the town of Falkirk, and the other connected Glasgow to the River Forth, with a distance of approximately 3 kilometers between their nearest points. There was an urgent need to connect these two important Scottish cities. This led to the construction of a system of 11 locks, as there was a 35-meter difference in height. However, ships spent a whopping 9 hours traversing this short section, making the locks inconvenient, and they were eventually abandoned. Only in the 21st century was the problem solved once again with the construction of a modern boat lift, significantly speeding up the process of moving boats from one canal to another. Now this location also attracts numerous tourists, as it is the first and currently only lift of its kind. The Moses Bridge in the Netherlands is also interesting. Its name is derived from the famous prophet known to most through the legend of parting the waters. Similar to Moses, this bridge literally splits the water into two parts instead of rising above its surface. The bridge was built in 2011 during the reconstruction of a 17th century fort. Originally, it was intended to be constructed across the moat surrounding the fortress, but the architects did not want to disturb the historical appearance of the structure. Instead, they submerged the bridge in the water, making it practically invisible yet equally functional. This design creates the illusion of walking through the water, while the bridge harmonizes with the landscape. It is entirely made of wood and is waterproof. A special coating is expected to extend the bridge's lifespan to 50 years. Some bridges are constructed solely for beauty and to amaze onlookers. For instance, in 2003, after the Austrian city of Graz was named the European Capital of Culture, the flamboyant American architect and artist Vito Acconci created an extravagant structure called the Murinsel Island Bridge, connecting the banks of the Mur River. This construction resembles a giant shell-shaped bowl, with the lower part gradually transforming into a curved dome. The island bridge has two main areas, an enclosed one, where a cafe bar is located under a glass dome, and an open area with an amphitheater and a children's playground. To anchor this enormous structure with an area of 1,000 square meters, anchors were attached to the riverbed. And to access this unique shell, one must traverse long curved ramps situated on two opposite sides of the artificial island. The glass shell floating above the waters of the Mur looks incredibly original at any time, but at night, thanks to colorful lighting, this extraordinary vessel transforms into the most unique adornment of the European town. Not all bridges in our world are created by human hands. Some of them are natural or, as some believe, divine creations. For example, Adam's Bridge or Rama's Bridge. It is a chain of sandbanks and coral islands stretching for 48 kilometers in the Indian Ocean between the Indian subcontinent and the island of Sri Lanka. In some places, the islands protrude above the water's surface during low tide, but the main part of the so-called bridge lies underwater at a depth of about 1 meter. In ancient Indian epics, there is mention of the remarkable megalithic structure called Rama's Bridge. It used to be entirely above water, but was destroyed by a storm after a powerful earthquake. Interestingly, even now the structure is visible from satellites, and the locals used it until the end of the 15th century. The process of constructing this bridge is also described in the ancient Indian epic the Ramayana. According to the dating, this happened about 1.2 million years ago. Legends claim that the 30-mile-long bridge was built by gods. The construction was supervised by the son of the legendary architect Vishwakarma, named Nala. It was across this bridge that Rama's army crossed over to the island for the decisive battle against the demon king Ravana, who had abducted Rama's wife Sita. India in general is an amazing place. Could it be that gods were in charge there hundreds of years ago? How else can we explain the ingenuity of the local people who started building bridges out of tree roots? Living root bridges are created through joint efforts of humans and nature. The rubber fig tree, common in the eastern part of the country, has flexible and long roots that grow above the ground. The local Khasi and Jaintia tribes have learned to guide the growth of these roots and build bridges over rivers and paths in the jungles. But in reality, these structures are not built. They are woven from thin young roots that thicken over time, forming a sturdy suspension structure. The age of the oldest root structures has exceeded 100 years. The length of the finished eco-friendly bridges reaches 30 meters, and they can carry up to 50 people. Unlike ordinary wooden bridges, living bridges do not age or decay over time. Instead, they grow stronger. Their only drawback is the long creation period, which takes 10 to 15 years. Moreover, they look very beautiful and certainly do not impact the environmental situation in the country. Such scary, unusual, and cool bridges exist on our planet. Of course, this is not an exhaustive list of unique structures. There are many more. We have tried to show you the most interesting ones. Almost a quarter of the 21st century has passed, and who knows, maybe modern architects still have something to surprise us with. Thank you for watching.